This video is to help us really understand probability and how to compute the probability and z-scores under the topic of the standard normal distribution. We've covered this in class where you have your x-score, you have to move to the z-score and then compute the probability and then start from probability, go to the, so this is it, you start from probability, you determine the z-score, and from your z-score you determine the x-score. So we have two parts. This activity will really help you nail it. It will just enhance your understanding. So we'll use Excel to play around with it, and hopefully that will help you better understand. So here we just want to put some values. I'm going to have my x here, and when I come here I'll enter the mean, standard deviation, and here I'll enter the z-score, and finally the probability. Okay, let me make it bold, given that here I'll enter maybe some computations. Let me just increase the size and also increase the size. So if you take a look at the first question, it's giving you some values. Here, for example, it's giving you an x of 85, the mean is 75, and the standard deviation is 8. So how do you compute the z-score? Take a look at the equation we have here. That is what we are going to apply in the computation. So every time you want to compute something in Excel, you always start with the equality sign. So I'll put the equality sign. I'm going to open my brackets. We want to compute basically x, your x minus the mean, and then I'll close my brackets, divide by the standard deviation, and hit enter, and that will give you the z-score. Now the question only asks you to compute the z-score, but if you wanted to compute the standard deviation, the probability of that z-score, it's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is to just apply the formula that you've been given here. So you will come here, same thing, equal num s dist. Then what you will put in there is your z-score. This is the z-score, comma. We will take this because it's cumulative. It's cumulating all the way from the left to the right. You can double click and then close it, hit enter, and there you go. Now, for all the subsequent ones, you can do exactly what I've done, or you just put your cursor and drag, and it will do it for you. So the next question, you are given an x of 60. You are given the mean of 50 and the standard deviation of 5. So you do exactly the same thing we've done. Okay, I'll do this one, but the subsequent ones, I'll just drag it, I'll automate it. So you can open it. This is your x minus your mean. You close it and you divide it by the standard deviation and you hit enter. And when you come here, it's equal num dot s dot dist, and you insert that comma. You want it to be the cumulative. You close it, you hit enter. Let's see the next ones. We have 150, 150, 140, and we have 12. So I strongly suggest you manually do it so that you just want the routine, because the next test will really be based on this chapter and we will have the next test soon. So play with this, just do everything manually so that you fully understand it. Here, if I want, I can just come here, click there and just drag it, and it gives me automatically. If you click there, you will see it's exactly what we needed to do. A4 minus B4 divided by that. And if we come here, same thing, you just drag it and it will automatically do that. Now let's go to the next section where you are doing the reverse. Here you want to compute your z-score from the probability. So I'll just skip all the way here. The probability has been given as 0. So let me just make this part 2. I'll just come here, I'll say part 2. Make it bold. Select the whole thing. I'll merge and fuse. Then I'll start here. Okay. Now, part 2, we've been given the probability of 0.8. 0.8, and we need to now compute the z-score. Now, if you look at the equation you've been given, all you need to do is to use norm s. This time you are not using dist, you are now using inverse. So I'll start with equal norm s inverse, hit tab. Now choose the probability and then hit enter. Now you automatically have your z-score. If we go to the next one, it says find the x value given that. So it's telling you to go all the way, it says, for this question. So here you've been given the standard deviation as 10. You've been given the mean as 70. And you have this value. It's the same value. So they've told you to use the value you had at 1. So if I come here and I say equal and I click there, it's just replicating that value there. So now I need to compute my value for x. We've been given that as the equation. So I'll start with equal, and I know I'll start with mean. This is my mean, plus I'll open my bracket. I have this as the z-score multiplied by, I'll use star as multiplication, by sigma, which is the standard deviation. Close it and hit enter. There you go. So now you know how to go all the way. This is another example. Find the z-score. You've been given the, so here we have 0.95, and we want to compute the z-score. So equal, you just use the formula you've been given here. It's norm.s.inf, and then I can click there, hit enter, and you keep going. So basically, it's all of them are quite similar. It's just a drill for you to know how to use Excel, but also to develop an understanding. What are we doing? So you see, this way we are going that way, and then make sure you are comfortable with this, because next test will be based on this. We will not be using Excel. We will be doing it by hand. However, this helps you to fully understand. Now, how do you proceed with this? When you are done with all of this, you need to transfer it to a Word document. You need to transfer your solution to a Word document and print it and submit it. So basically, the best way to do this is just to do a print screen of what you have. So if I do a print screen, I'm able to copy, to basically pick the first part, take it with me, just do a print screen and take it to a Word document. Let it be a 1-page document, and that's it. Okay, have fun doing it, and I'll see you in class.